Good evening. We've had a lot of cloud around today, but some sunshine breaking through the cloud at times, and with the thickest clouds, some patchy outbreaks of rain, some drizzle. Overnight tonight, we've got some persistent rain in the far northwest. Elsewhere, it's very mild, 8 to 11 Celsius. And that takes us to tomorrow, Christmas Day. For many, it's overcast. For all, it's mild. Outbreaks of rain still with us in the far northwest and windy around the northwest coast as well. There'll be some brighter moments breaking through the cloud at times, but they'll probably be in short supply. With the thickest cloud in towards the southwest, some spots of drizzle. Temperatures 11 to 12 Celsius. Best chance of any sunshine, really. Aberdeenshire, Murray and Caithness. You can see that weather front behind me, bringing more persistent outbreaks of rain in the Northwest Highlands, in towards the Western Isles and the Northern Isles. And then on Boxing Day, that wet weather a little further south, so patchy rain through central and southern Scotland. Brighter skies in the north, but fresher here, 7 or 8 Celsius. Further south, once again mild. That's the forecast for now.
Hello. Well, it's so mild, I don't think we're going to even see a flake of snow falling on the highest peaks of the Highlands. It's just such a warm atmosphere over us right now, streaming in from the southern climes. Christmas Day will be rather cloudy for most of us, a few glimmers of sunshine here and there, and it looks as though it's going to stay mild for the remainder of the year. Now, on the satellite picture, you can see this conveyor belt of clouds streaming in from the central North Atlantic. Ahead of it, a push of mild air coming all the way from the Azores, and it's spreading not just over the UK and many parts of Western Europe, but also well into Scandinavia, where temperatures are above freezing. So it's a very mild end to what will be a record-breaking year globally as far as the temperature goes. Now let's have a look at the forecast for the morning then. So we start off very mild, breezy conditions in Scotland, if not very windy around some coastal areas. A little bit of rain there flirting with northwestern Scotland. Elsewhere, some sunny spells developing. For example, eastern Scotland to the east of the Pennines, to the lee of any high ground with this southwesterly breeze, and double figures right across the board. 12, 13 Celsius is certainly on the cards, for example, in Northern Ireland. So a very mild Christmas Day and a mild Boxing Day on the way. The winds are going to ease though across Scotland. You can see the pressure lines there, the isobars to the north. Here it's going to be a little bit lighter, that wind, but the weather front will make some progress and will bring some dribs and drabs of rain to Scotland and perhaps Northern Ireland. Again, sunny spells are possible to the lee of high ground. Double figures mostly across the board, but northern Scotland finds itself just the other side of that weather front in this slightly colder air. When I say colder, it's actually closer to what we'd expect, at least on average, across this part of the world. So Friday, once again, mild air spread across the UK and indeed many other parts of Europe. So another fairly cloudy and mild picture. Those temperatures perhaps not quite so high, but still on the mild side. A reminder, the average for this time of the year is typically between around 6 and 8 Celsius. And as we head towards the new year, it's going to stay mild, but the indication is it will turn very windy, perhaps even stormy and really quite wet. That's it from me. Merry Christmas. Hello, thanks for joining me. It's a very mild picture across many parts of Europe this Christmas as we see mild air spreading in off the Atlantic across western parts of Europe into Scandinavia too. However, in the Mediterranean and also around the Balkans, this nasty storm has developed in the last day or two, Storm Ellen. It has brought blizzards and snow to parts of the Balkans from Serbia into Croatia as well. Very high winds in the forecast, particularly coastal areas there of the Adriatic. Showers also across much of Greece, some of them affecting the central Mediterranean. Much quiet around the western Med for the Balearics into Spain and Portugal, and then northern and central parts of Europe, an area of high pressure here, so the weather's settled, but it's not cold. Look at that, northern parts of Sweden there, seeing temperatures above freezing. And this pattern's going to continue into Thursday with a large area of high pressure here, keeping things settled. In some places cloudy and foggy, but in other areas there will be some sunshine, some pretty chilly nights underneath this area of high pressure there. Some frosts, for example, across Austria and Germany. Here's the outlook for the next few days. London stays mild into next week. Sunshine expected in Barcelona. Elsewhere across Europe, quite cloudy conditions there for Warsaw, with temperatures hovering around 4 or 5 Celsius. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me, Tomasz Szafanaka, with your latest weather update. Let's see what's happening across the African continent. The satellite picture shows this nasty storm in the central Mediterranean. It's been grazing the north coast of Africa from Tunisia across into Libya as well. Coastal areas, quite rough seas, temperatures around 15 Celsius, some showers there. And then in central parts of the continent, so the more typical storm clouds there, also building southwards into South Africa. Now let's take a look at the outlook for the next few days. Johannesburg can expect showers most days, some thunderstorms too, temperatures around 25 Celsius, and those temperatures will be dropping in Cape Town well into the 30s at the moment. In the coming days it'll be mostly into the mid or the high 20s. Cairo, however, on the sunny side, temperatures around 17 or 18 Celsius. Now let's head towards the Middle East. Here's the satellite picture from earlier on. Quiet weather across most of the Arabian Peninsula. All the weather action is towards the north there, with these storms affecting the eastern Med, just brushing the Levant as well. And some of the showers will be drifting also eastwards over the coming days, perhaps affecting northern areas of Iraq. But south of that, it's generally quiet through Thursday. Temperatures around the mid-20s from Riyadh, Doha, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Muscat, and down into Salalah as well. Now, Abu Dhabi will see temperatures around 25 to 27 in the coming days, and it'll stay sunny. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me, Tomasz Szafanaka, with your latest forecast for South and Central Asia. Here's the picture across the subcontinent from space. Some storm clouds there across the Bay of Bengal, but not too many of them. Generally speaking, it's a quiet scene, I think, across most of India in the coming days, although these eastern coasts there will be getting an onshore flow, some moisture, some building storms through the course of Thursday from Chennai northwards. But south of Nagpur, north of that, it's generally sunny with some quite chilly nights. Now, central parts of Asia there, -7 in Astana, Tashkent at 6 Celsius, and then to the south of that, from Herat to Kabul, temperatures will be hovering around 10 degrees. Karachi, mid-20s, but Mumbai, of course, around 30 Celsius there, much hotter. Colombo and most of Sri Lanka is looking generally quite sunny through Thursday. Then heading northwards towards West Bengal there, and temperatures in the high 20s. Dhaka there, around 28 Celsius as well. And little change expected as we head into Friday. That onshore flow continues to bring in some showers there towards these south and also southeastern parts of India. But in the north, we'll see some storms developing as well as we head towards the end of the week. So New Delhi may catch a shower as we head through Friday, but beyond that and into next week, the weather's looking generally quite sunny. And elsewhere in Chennai, expect showers most days with temperatures hovering around 29. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me. Tomasz Szafanaka with your latest weather update across the Asia-Pacific region first. The satellite picture shows lots of storms around the tropics, but we're watching this cluster of bad weather across the South China Sea, a tropical storm. It's going to be affecting parts of Vietnam over the next day or two, bringing heavy rain and some very gusty winds as well, but also drenching rains forecast for southern and central areas of the Philippines. Now to the north, Japan there, 15 Celsius for Tokyo, but north of that, we've had snow across parts of Hokkaido and also Honshu, particularly the high ground there. Across the south of China there, temperatures in the low 20s. Here's that storminess there, very close to Vietnam. And the city forecasts show some changeable weather for Hong Kong over the next couple of days. Some rain in the forecast, but as we head into the weekend, it should be generally quite bright with temperatures around the high teens. Now the forecast for Australia, some very hot weather there across Victoria and New South Wales, that hot air streaming out of the interior of the continent. Look at the temperature there for Melbourne on Thursday, 38 Celsius, but a weather front is approaching. That'll sweep through and the temperatures are going to take a dive. Meanwhile, the other side of the Tasman in New Zealand, the weather's a lot more unsettled with some outbreaks of rain at times. But if you're in Canberra, it's going to be hot on Thursday, but a gradual cooling, I think, in the coming days. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me. It's going to be a white Christmas across some parts of the US, also across Canada. Here's the latest satellite picture showing this weather front as this low pressure sweeps in the northeast of the United States, bringing a period of snow. It's out of the way now, so the weather will improve, but leaving a covering of snow, and that snow extends across the northern US as well into North Dakota. Some slushy snow also across parts of the Rockies, but this big weather system in the Pacific Northwest, bringing wind and rain. Not a pleasant picture. Let's have a look at Wednesday, then Christmas Day. So snow, yes, across the mountains, but closer to the coast there, we've got the wind and the rain, and look at all of that rain spreading into parts of Washington State and Oregon. Snow, of course, across the Rockies, and then south of that, the weather's much quieter. San Francisco southwards, plenty of sunshine there for LA, the desert region as well. In LA, temperatures will be around the mid, maybe the upper 60s with some sunshine, but north of that in Seattle, it's going to be raining on Christmas Day, around 8 Celsius. Here's a look at Wednesday on the eastern seaboard. So yes, some snow lying here, but the weather will be quite bright, if not sunny in some areas. However, this next weather system bringing some showers there into eventually the Appalachians, but some storms breaking out across the deep south and also parts of Texas. Could be quite nasty in places. But Boston, a chilly Christmas there with temperatures hovering around freezing. Bye-bye. Hello, Tomasz Szafanaka with your latest weather update. Let's see what's happening across South America on Wednesday. And here's the big picture. Really extensive storms brewing across the tropics from Colombia, Peru, right across Brazil, central areas towards the south too. Big downpours developing through the course of the day. You can see some green colours here indicating some torrential rain at times. Coastal areas here brighter, but also some storms on the way, particularly southern areas of Brazil. But by the time we get to Argentina there in Buenos Aires, the sun will be shining. And in fact, in Buenos Aires, the outlook is looking pretty sunny over the next few days. Temperatures will be hovering around 25 or 6 Celsius. Santiago, also hot sunshine. Look at that. Low 30s pretty much as far as the eye can see. Now let's head from South America into the Caribbean and Central America. Really quite stormy here around parts of Panama, into Costa Rica as well, and generally the central and western portion of the Caribbean quite active with heavy showers there, some of them affecting Kingston, Jamaica, but the onshore breeze there pushing in the storm clouds into Nicaragua and also parts of the Yucatan. But much of Mexico here is on the sunny side. Temperatures in Mexico City expected around 17 Celsius on Wednesday. Here are the city forecasts. Mexico City may catch a shower on Christmas Day on Wednesday, but after that, the outlook is looking generally quite sunny. That's it from me. Bye-bye.